welcome to episode
16
of the Handmade Podcast. I'm Tara.
And I'm Misty.
And we are super glad to have you here today. We are going to be talking.
Yeah. Been too long.
It has. We have our knitting and things that we've gotten and adventures we're going to have. And Misty's going to help me pick a yarn for a new project. So let's start with you. Adventures in stashing.
I have not hardly thought about knitting, much less anything else.
Except
but
for
I
your
do
cute
have
charms.
some really cute charms.
They're so cute.
They were half off at Hobby Lobby the other day, and I could not pass them up. And I will either make zipper pulls or stitch markers with them.
Look
And
at those
look at how
gnomes.
cute! I just could not resist. Little foxes and little gnomes. I'm gonna have to go find me some special fabric to go with them. Have you seen the fox fabric that they did some of those bags with that have like spectacles or that's not the right word, but it had a just like the single glass. You know what I'm talking about? What's that called?
Monocle.
It had a little, and it had, I think he had mustaches. I'm like, I might have to order me some of that.
A box of monocle. I would love it. So I went to Pearl's Yarn Emporium in Asheville because my mom's sheep's wool was processed at Ecoview Fiber Mill, which is a really cool fiber mill, and now they have a whole shop. They're going to be selling yarn.
Really?
And yes, and the yarn turned out amazing. I wanted to bring it. I had it in my podcast bag to bring it, but then we couldn't record that week, and so I know I was sad because I wanted to show you. But Pearl's bought all of it.
Oh,
so
you're
now,
kidding? That's awesome.
It was super awesome. My mom was so happy because it was a big investment of money to have it milled into yarn. And you don't know, is it ever going to sell? And so I was like, the Pearls people had told me when I met them at the Fiber Forum thing that they were looking for more local farmers. So I took it there. They loved it. They bought it. So
that's great.
I had the yarn in my possession for all of like 10 minutes.
Like
the drive to Pearls. But I did have the like off skeins that were they weren't the full size. And I was going to bring those to show you. There's just one of each kind. But my mom has them now. She's hugging them. She said I could have them to knit with, but so maybe I'll still bring them. But while I was there with Jay because we were spending the day in Asheville after we left Pearls, and he saw the Doctor Who yarn. This is dyed by one of the owners of Pearl's Yarn Emporium, and it's called Who's Socks, and he does a whole series of every Doctor. So there's Doctor 1, Doctor 2. This is, I believe, the 12th Doctor. Yes.
Cool.
That's the Angry Eyebrows guy, right?
Is he the newest guy?
Yes.
See, we only have Netflix and Hulu, so we're a season behind. We've not seen anything with the new Doctor.
So we have it on our Xbox. We bought it like through Xbox. We either need to bring the Xbox here or you guys need to come over to our tiny apartment and just sit on the floor and watch it.
Hey, we will sit on the floor for some Doctor Who, yeah.
But it is just a wool and nylon blend, and we looked at all of the Doctors, and they're very cleverly done. And actually, I posted a picture of the display on Instagram months ago when I went in because he's made a box that looks like a TARDIS.
I've seen that at the SAF.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. I didn't know if they traveled with it. And then they hang each of the Doctors on there, and they are so clearly like the Doctors. Jay picked this out, and like right away we got home, and he's like, "So when are you going to start the socks for me?" I'm like, well, I have another pair of socks on the needles.
These look a little bit thick for sock yarn. Maybe it's just me.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't even look to see what it says fingering weight. But you're right.
But look, if you hold it with mine,
yeah,
it's a little bit thicker.
I think it's the twist. The twist is a little thicker. So I don't know if you guys can tell in the sighting. There's red, there's a splash of blue, there's gray, and then it's mostly black. Pretty. This is actually the most multicolor yarn Jay has ever liked. So I was pretty excited. I felt like we were moving up in the world towards maybe a real color one day. But that's it for me. So what are you working on?
I'm still working on the Giant Man sock.
I'd say so.
So yeah, I've been very lazy. I don't know if I've told anybody online or anything, but I work for an insurance adjuster, and I usually just do a couple days a week, a few hours. It's part-time. I type his reports. He didn't type. He's also my stepdad. Well, he broke his thumb and index finger on his right hand. He had a gas can explode in his hand. It was empty, but he got it too close to a fire, and the fumes exploded, and the seam, popped. Right.
And I'm laughing because this is one of many stories. From your stepfather.
Keith is the character, and so I had to go out with him and help him do inspections. And I really spoiled him rotten because I called all the people, are you going to be home today? I lined him out so he wouldn't zigzag all over town.
Smart.
And then I, answered his phone while he's going down the road. And I took all the pictures once we got there. And I made his notes for him. All he had to do is talk to the people and look around and say, okay, write this down. This is what we're going to do. So, he got a lot more done in one day than he would have ever got done by himself. And he, enjoyed the company. It gets boring driving around like that sometimes by yourself. And so he enjoyed the company. I enjoyed the money. So I cannot complain too much. Although it turned into a full-time job and then some, because right after all that happened, we got in a ton of claims for all the 3 feet of snow that Virginia got.
Oh, that makes sense.
So not only were we, I had to do extra stuff, we were super busy. And man. He's having surgery this week, and we've got most of the claims out, and we're slowing down. I'm off today. I'm off Wednesday. And so,
that's why we're recording. That's where we've been.
Today, and that's where we've been. I couldn't turn down him, and he needed me, and then I couldn't turn down the money because I knew it was only temporary. And so,
totally.
Yeah. And I've enjoyed it. We've decorated our back porch. We've got a porch swing. We put some flowers out. Yeah, we've signed up the kids for baseball and got some cleats and all that good stuff that you're like, oh, we need to do this, but where's it coming from? Kind of junk stuff.
Yeah.
So it's been really nice to
good
to have
but
that
I've
extra.
missed you.
But I missed you. I've missed you guys too. I've missed knitting.
Yes.
I've just been blah and not felt like it in the evenings, and I've barely touched anything, and so I feel great now. I'm glad that things are getting ready to go back to normal. I'm ready to knit and to dye. And speaking of dyeing, let me just say this. I am so sorry, you guys. I would have never done that in a million years, to announce that I was updating the shop and not do it.
Because we had follow-up questions.
Bad about that. I was like, I will never do that again. I swear. I don't want to be one of those people that you can't count on whatever I say, and I'm normally not like that. But we recorded on Monday. It was totally out of the blue. Like, he broke his hand Saturday. We recorded on Monday, and we got that flood of claims on Tuesday, and so the rest of my week was dedicated to him, and I've still since week. And the week since. I mean, I'm just slowing down now, and so I'm gonna try and work on that. But I don't want to announce a date until I know that I can really do it, and so.
But there are gorgeous yarns. These yarns behind me. Oh, I don't know if you guys can see. This was one I'm particularly in love with. This is what
I need to do that one again because that one is just amazing.
And
it's
look,
my favorite.
if you want yarn, tell people to stop putting in their insurance claims. That's really the answer.
Yeah, just fix it yourself. What do you got insurance for? Yeah,
exactly.
That's a running joke. We've got this little mutual company that don't want to pay anything, and he said he went by there the other day, and the lady was like, I had this, and my daddy did this. My daddy had a leak, but I'm fixing it myself. And she was all proud that it's like, why do you have insurance if you're just going to do it yourself? It just doesn't make sense. So
I've been working on the Blue Sand cardigan forever. After the first week we couldn't record, I thought, okay, so I have a finished one to show them on the next time we record, which was psychotic because the bottom, oh my goodness, the bottom took forever. So, I did garter stitch instead of that waffle thing. Yeah. Oh, so it's not only the bottom, then it's also the pockets. Yay, pockets! Can you see how cute and
the pockets are adorable.
Stripy they are?
They're stripy.
It's hard for me to get it. Oh, you see, they're adorable. And then there's the front, what do you call this, border thing?
Yeah.
That you pick up for and knit a zillion stitches, and then you do short rows, so it makes even more stitches. They're doing, I love it so much.
It's beautiful.
I love it, but the sleeves, so
I love yours more than mine.
Oh, and I put it on, and I like how it fits. I mean, it's a big jacket.
Yeah, it is made to be baggy. Mm-hmm. But I wish I had done mine. The yarn that I dyed my yarn, and I ordered it, and it said it was like decay, but it's very squishy and thick.
Your fabric is it's stiffer. So mine goes in a little at the waist, just like 3 stitches, and then goes back out. I don't know if
I
you
wish
can
I
see
would have did
line.
that. Yeah, I like that though.
And so it does make it hang like it.
A little
there's
more
no
flattering.
There's no extra fabric.
Yeah, mine is like this, and
yeah.
But I'm just now getting to the point where I would feel comfortable altering things, and I took that class, which I probably need to go watch it again on Craftsy, the Knit to Flatter.
Yeah.
But yeah, the next when I start, I'm definitely going to try some of those tricks.
Yeah. So I'm still working on this. I wanted to have it finished by Craftcation. I'm teaching at Craftcation this weekend. It's in Ventura, California. I'm pretty sure all the tickets are sold out, but it's a craft and business conference. So there's hands-on crafting classes,
Ooh.
like indigo dyeing and embroidery and fun stuff. And then there's actual business classes, which is what I'll be teaching. And I had hoped to have this finished because I know the pants, I know the shirt, I know what I'm going to wear it with. And
Oh, no.
I don't think it's going to be finished. Also, it's kind of big to take it with me on the plane. Like, this is a lot of knitting I have in my lap here to be knitting on it on the plane, and like when we travel around.
I would still be tempted just because you're so close.
I know, and you know when I travel,
it's easy knitting,
I know,
and you're
it
being
really
on the
is.
plane for so long.
I know, and I'm so tempted, but like when I, so I only ever take a carry-on. I don't check any luggage, so everything has to fit in like a suitcase this size, and I'm gonna be gone for 10 days, and that's a lot of clothes.
Yeah.
Plus, like, I've made granola and trail mix, and then there's, of course, lots of other knitting I have to bring because I get paranoid I'm going to run out of knitting. So I can't decide if this is worthy. And actually, I was hoping you would help me choose my next project.
Yeah, that sounds like fun.
So I want to make maybe this curls.
I love that one. That one's my favorite.
Or the cable-y one. Here, you find the cable-y one while I pull out the yarn.
Is it that one that's mustard colored?
I don't know what color it is. Because, you know, I have the ebook and not the print book.
Is it this one?
Yes.
This is my next favorite one. I love it.
So I'm trying to decide in between Plucky Bello in Tuscadero or this Malintosh Pashmina. Now, you guys have seen both of these. This is the one I got in San Francisco. And look how good it feels.
Oh,
doesn't it feel good?
It does.
And this one feels good too. They both have cashmere.
Oh, it does. I love cashmere.
And then this morning I was trying to put on a scarf and I realized it's way too warm for a scarf. And I was like, why am I thinking about knitting a big woolly scarf? But I am because I know it will be cold again. And
I think
so which color? Blue or pink?
I think for this cable-y one, the green.
Okay. That's what I was thinking too.
I think that this pink with if you if you end up wanting to do both.
Yeah. Okay. So which one should I do now for plain knitting? Well, because you actually started a curl. Can I do? Is it? I want to know if
the one that I did. I don't remember it. It was the one.
Oh yeah. It had the columns. Yeah. So this one that we're talking about is called.
It's going to be different.
Is it called Icterine? I don't know how you say it. Icterine. Icterine. Like nectarine?
Yeah.
We're gonna go with Icterine.
We'll go with that. Yeah.
So you vote green.
I vote green for this.
Okay.
This is the picture.
Decided. So I'm going to cast it on tonight, and I'm going to see if I can, because the thing is, with plain knitting, or with knitting on the plane, is it something that's too boring? Like, I'll just put down, and I'll just read instead, because if it's just, like, stockinette stitch forever and ever, but it can't be so interesting that I have to follow the chart the entire time, because it's hard to, like, keep the chart open. And that doesn't look like, that chart, here, you want to hold it up, that looks like a pretty basic cable.
Yeah, that's not too...
Yeah, so I think it'll be interesting enough. Because not only am I going to be on a plane, but then when I land, I have to take a train for an hour. And then on Sunday, when I go to my brother's house, I have to take a train for 3 hours.
Oh, wow.
And then I'm going to be sitting around with them at their house. I might take this, and I might just put it in my suitcase to knit at their house. But I really want to have it finished and wear it in front of other crafters.
I know! That's part of the fun is
it is.
Getting to show it off.
It is. So are you working on, do you have another work in progress?
I do. I'll show you this one. I don't know if to be honest, I really don't know if I've made any progress since last I showed it. But I'll show it anyway because I'm going to continue to work on it and it's not in hibernation. So this is, I call it normal.
Yeah.
And it's...
You have made progress.
Have I? Yeah. I couldn't remember.
I don't even know if
this is the little lace portion and it's got another little stripe of lace. And I'm hoping that I have enough to do a third stripe of lace and then bind it off on that last stripe so that it has a zigzag edge. And I have, it's not looking too good though. This is my ball left. And there's quite a bit of it.
So pretty.
But, and yeah, it feels good too. It has this cashmere in it.
It feels
I need to dye up some more of this cashmere. I just love it. And so, yeah, this will probably be for my mom for Mother's Day or something. And I'm so aggravated at myself. I have, look at this. Look at that little hump. I have a boo-boo. I must have increased or decreased or something.
No one will see it.
I'm glad I'm not keeping this.
Would it make you crazy?
It would make me crazy. I've already picked at it to see if I could block it out. And you probably can, but I hate it. So yeah, I'm trying to ignore it because there's no going back. And there was no dropping down to fix it once I found it.
Yeah.
And it was a while past, when I found it. So yeah.
And it's totally not visible to anyone else at all.
I have one more that I did start since you guys have seen me.
Ooh, it's so pretty.
Okay, this is my Insane Rainbow sock yarn.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
And this is almost one whole repeat. And you can see this has like 18 stripes or something like that. And you can see I tried to do gradient where I did a big stripe of a main color, like you can see it really well in this yellow, and then a big stripe of the next color, and then mix the two colors in between.
So beautiful.
And so some of them have a more harsh line changeover than others, but others, you know, it looks very gradient. And so this is the, I'm almost to the color change. Here's the cake, and there's this is just half and half because I made like twin skeins, and so it has two color changes per skein.
And are you gonna knit?
And so there's 4 total.
Super long scarf.
Well, that's my question. So maybe you can help me out with this because I thought about, so this will be a fourth of it, and then I can wrap it double if I do that. I thought about just continuing to knit all the rainbow. When I first started out, that's what my plan was. I was going to continue to knit all the rainbow, and I would have 4 color repeats in the whole thing, join it, and have a cow. Then I toyed with the idea of maybe doing a color repeat, and then maybe like another color, I don't know, maybe a sky blue or a gray or solid, and then doing that for a while, and then doing another color repeat, and then doing this for a while again.
Yeah.
And then taking the other half, that would leave me a half a skein, and I thought it might be neat to stripe in between the color changes.
That's psychotic. But go on.
So, I don't know if I really want to do that. It's hard to tell with this pink and the red where I'm blending them together. It's really hard to tell where it changes. I mean, I know it's there because I dyed it. I know I did it. But that's the other ones aren't too bad to tell where they change at. But that one's kind of hard. But I thought about maybe striping in between the color changes.
That would be beautiful.
I think that might be really pretty.
It would be beautiful. But that would be such a long cowl.
Well, I mean, if I did... I don't think it would be too bad because if I did like half a skein of something else and then just did like a small stripe in between. So yeah, or maybe I could do like, just a small stripe in between or something. Maybe, 4 rows or something.
So beautiful. That's a lot of knitting because that's fingering weight yarn, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
beautiful.
beautiful.
But this goes by really fast. It's an easy pattern so you can have it memorized. And I like stockinette for conversation knitting, and this is almost conversation knitting because you increase or decrease and then you count.
Oh yeah.
5.
I've done a couple scarves in like feather and fan, which is super similar. And yeah, I love it. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. But you said that shawl maybe for Mother's Day, and you made me think, what am I even thinking? I should be knitting something for Mother's Day. So forget what we just said about the curls. It's back to the drawing board. No, I don't know. I really want to make that curl. I want to cast on for it. But now I'm like, no, I just gave my mom a sweater for her birthday.
Yeah, I think that sweater has some mileage on it. I think that you can get away with some store-bought or some little piddly
she
something.
She sent me a book that she wanted for her birthday, and I was like, psh. I got your birthday. She will send me random things like, oh, I saw this and I thought it was great. And she's like, I saw this might make a good birthday gift. And this was, a couple weeks before her birthday. And I was like, no way. I already know what you're getting. And but now I think I should just go back and that should be Mother's Day. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Because I'm traveling too much in between now and then to come up with a whole. So my other work in progress is, you saw this months ago. This is Turnstile. Do you remember when I was just casting it on? It's the tube that then becomes a cowl. You join it together and it's a cowl, but like a long one. So it's got the cephalopod yarns here, and then pink that was left over from my color affection. So you do a solid, and then you stripe, and then you change one of the colors of the stripe, the color that was your solid section, and then it's going to have a section of this darker blue. So right in here, I don't know if you can see, but oh, that's my seam, and that's ugly because I knit on this in the movie and I regularly drop the stitch at the seam. And that would make you crazy, wouldn't it?
Yes.
I won't make you ever look at it again.
You'll just have to bring that to the inside.
Oh,
yeah.
definitely. And it's so big, like, and it's so crumpled from being in my bag forever. So I don't know if you can tell right here where it was time to change. I changed for a short period to a silver silk yarn I've had left over forever from when I knit my friend's bridal shower shawls. And so, and I think I showed you that silver yarn. So it's in there, but I realized it didn't provide enough contrast with the cephalopod light green.
Yeah.
So I changed the contrasting color to the leftovers of my mom's sweater, is actually what this is. So it's Plucky Feet and Icy Audrey. And I like that contrast more. It's like you can tell it changed colors. Where I did a couple rows, and I also don't like the fabric as much.
Yeah, it's skinnier or something. You can kind of tell.
It'll be better when it's blocked and when it has it's been like this in my purse forever. This is my movie knitting and my card knitting, and just like I don't want to have to focus on anything. But it's so soft and wonderful. I can't wait for it to be winter again and wear it. No, I can totally wait for it to be winter again. I'm really excited about the daffodils. But then what will come next is a section of this darker tealy blue, and then it goes to another other stripe colors, like as it keeps going. It does like section of solid and then section of stripes, and I like it. It's called Turnstile. And I know I showed it to you when I first cast it on, but I had only done like an inch or two, and since then it's been my movie knitting. That's really the only time I bring it out. But I was thinking about taking it with me traveling because, of course, this is perfect. I'm having a conversation with somebody who's not a knitter, and they, like, know I'm listening to them because I'm not looking at it at all.
Yeah, that's about I've lost interest in socks, and so I think that's, you know, it's not that I don't like socks. I love the idea of socks, but I don't wear them. It makes me sad to spend all that time on knitting socks, and none of my shoes lend themselves to hand knit socks. I mean, even if you know you didn't care if they're seen or not, like I've got so far, maybe my summer, and you know, in summer you can't really wear fat socks, but my winter shoes need like those thin dress socks, and even these little canvas shoes I've got on, they feel better with the thin socks, and so I'm like kind of bummed. I'm like, I can't quite. I've got bad feet anyway, and so I have to have good shoes when I buy them. I can't just buy anything. Yeah. And so I'm kind of bummed that I can't find a pair of shoes that I can buy just to wear hand knit socks with.
Well, see, I wear them, you know, my one pair that don't have holes, so the ones I finished, the Jaywalkers, I wear them around almost, those are weirdly thick. I need to figure out what I did, and they're a little too big. But I wear them as house socks.
I do that with those ones that I knit too big too. They were lollipop yarn. And they're like a Halloween colorway. Witchy Woman, I think, is what it was. And so they're like 2 shades of orange and black stripe. So I wear those around the house. Yeah. And that's really what I think about hand knit socks for. I mean, it helps that we both work at home. And so, like, and my feet are always cold. Yeah,
so,
like,
I
always keep socks on.
I have to keep socks on. So I think, like, it's totally worthwhile to
My problem is half the time I need to keep shoes on because I can't stand in front of the stove barefoot. It hurts my feet. And so...
Yeah, that is a problem.
Yeah, so unless sometimes, like during the winter at first, I stuck my Birkenstocks on around the house, and then I ended up getting these new shoes, and I liked them. And
your socks don't fit down in them?
Well, no, not really. I like the thinner socks with them.
What a bummer. But how about Matt? Does he wear your hand knit socks?
This is his first pair of hand knit socks. I still haven't finished. He was fussing at me for the longest time to finish them before it got too warm for him to wear. I mean, of course, now that's the thing.
It's too warm.
And he's awesome. He cannot wait for them. He's going to go and show them off at work and all that jazz. And so, nice. I need to really get these out and knit on them more. But hopefully I will now because I'm ready to finish stuff up and start some new things. I was going through my queue before you come over. So
you excited? Getting worked up about new projects?
I'm ready to start something.
So is that it for your projects? Because this is it for mine.
Yeah.
So we were going to pick a winner from the winter sweater knit along. It is going to end in our next episode which should be towards the beginning of April. If something comes up, of course it won't be. But so there'll be a winner this week, and there'll be a winner in the next episode. And we randomly generated numbers and chose from all the pictures posted on Ravelry in the thread. And in order to enter to win next week's, all you have to do is post a picture of your sweater you're working on in the winner sweater knit along, which I'll include a link in the show notes, which you can find at Handmade Podcast, and that will enter you to win. Post a picture of your project. Every picture is a new entry. Like every time you come and post a new, you know, like one.
So you can be entered more than once.
That's what we're trying to say.
Yeah.
And the winner is, you read the name.
Knitting Mary B, and she knits a beautiful vodka lemonade.
We are going to link to it in the show notes because it's awesome.
It is so pretty. It's a very pretty light purple color. Let me see if I can hold it up.
So congratulations. You win a copy of Graphic Knits. Yay! Message Misty and she will ship it out to you. I will include those directions in the show notes.
So here is her vodka lemonade, and I've looked at that before, and now that I'm a little more comfortable altering stuff because it's a little on the short side for me. Yeah.
Oh, and that's super easy to alter.
Yeah.
You know, you just add more space after you did the lace part.
Yeah, it would be very pretty.
So yay, Mary B, you win a copy of this book. Message Misty, we will send it to you, and we are so glad that you shared your sweater with us. There's also several gorgeous sweaters in that thread, so go check it out. It's been super inspiring.
Thank you so much for sharing with us, and I'm so sorry that I have been missing in action lately.
It's totally understandable.
I'm back, yay!
Yeah, I'm about to be out of town for 2 weeks, so we'll
switch. You
exactly.
You pick up the slack for me. I'll pick up the slack now.
But we love seeing your projects and we get excited. We talk about you guys. We're like, did you see that? That's so cool. Oh my goodness, she's awesome. So
what about your braided cherries? You've got it noted on here. Are you still working on that?
Oh no, I just copied it from the last time. I have more progress, but I haven't worked on it because the weather got so warm.
Yeah.
And so not to like rub it in all of your faces in the Pacific, or not the Pacific Northeast, just the Northeast. I know it snowed again the other day. I posted a picture of a daffodil.
Sad.
My friend in Massachusetts was like, it
Shut
snowed
up,
again
today.
Well, in Ventura, where I'm going on Wednesday, it's going to be 80 degrees.
Oh my gosh.
I know. And I was not prepared with, I have all my winter stuff out and I haven't got my spring stuff out yet.
Yeah, if you go upstairs, there's we just got the boxes down last night, and that's my project for the week is to switch the stuff out for me and the kids.
And I had planned, I always do this little thing in my journal because I'm a dork. I write out which outfits, I do little drawings of the outfits for each day because I work at home, I don't have nice professional outfits, 10 of them.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
When I teach, I only ever need it one at a time.
Yeah, and I don't want, that's me. If I buy clothes, I want casual stuff. I don't, we go to church on Sundays, but I don't want to buy church clothes to wear once every other month or whatever, you know?
Exactly, yeah.
And so,
So I have to draw it all out to make sure that I actually am packing enough clothes to get me through. And the good news is I'll be at Justin's house for a week, my brother, so I can do laundry there. But I had planned, and this was a month ago, when it was all snowy and miserable, sweater and sweater and sweater. And then I thought, just the other day, I was I should check the weather in Ventura. 80 degrees. I was oh no. So I have to replan everything. Who even knows if I have enough clothes? No, I think I'll have enough clothes to get me through the weekend, and then I can wash them at Justin's house. Yeah. And but so if you see me at Craftcation, know that I am but on my last leg of clothing. What do you mean? Last leg of clothing? That didn't work. My last piece. Which is why I wanted to finish this so bad. But I think that's it for us. Is there anything else?
I have a couple things to mention.
Okay.
If you are local to us in East Tennessee and would like to meet up with me, Tara will be out of town.
Oh.
But we are meeting this Saturday at Panera at 10 o'clock. And so come out and knit with me for a little
and
time.
Come and then get it on your schedule to come regularly because I will be at future ones.
Yes. I've not been able to say, okay, let's do this every second Saturday or whatever. So it's not worked out that way. But I try to announce the dates pretty well ahead of time so that you can, see if you can work that in and kind of plan on it.
And if you're interested, send Misty a message and she'll add you.
Yeah,
She sends an email out to everybody.
And I do send, one like announcing the dates, and then I'll send one a day or two ahead of time to kind of remind you, hey, I'm doing this. Don't make me sit there by myself. And usually I don't. Usually I've got at least someone showing up.
But
and
that's
even
how
if
we
it's
met.
just that's
how we like got to be friends. We met, and then you were like, put me on your email list of people to tell about it, and I came, and we were the only ones there, and we talked for like 4 hours the first time. So you should come. You'll make friends.
Yes. And I also wanted to announce that the shop that I have been involved in Jonesboro, Crafty Creations, is closing. And it's one of those things that's kind of bittersweet. I hate that I was telling Nikisha, I was sad that it didn't work out like we had hoped it would, but it still taught both of us a lot, and and so she feels like even though it was a success, but maybe not in the conventional terms of success. So she is just such an amazing person, and her faith astounds me. It astounds me, and I just know that even though this is coming to an end, she's going to be so blessed in the long run for her faithfulness in this whole endeavor. And so she asked me, she's going to run a sale 50% off for the shop closing, and asked me if I wanted to pull my things. And I have some yarn there, and I have some fiber there, and I think a few stitch markers and a couple bags. And I went ahead and left it in hopes that it would help her out, because there's still a few things that need to be settled. So if you're local in the area, stop by. You can get some yarn at 50% off. I promise you it probably will not be offered like that ever again. But yeah, and I will not be able to ship it to you. So
go in the shop and
go in the shop, look around, buy something else. And yeah, it's Jonesboro Crafty Creations. It's on Fox Street. It's downtown. You can't miss it.
No. And if you need any help, you can message one of us and we'll tell you how to get there. It's so cute. If you haven't been to downtown Jonesboro yet, you should go. It's the oldest city in Tennessee.
Yes. And they have a lot of very cute little stores.
And a chocolatier.
Oh, the chocolatier. Gourmet chocolates like you would not believe. They give Godiva a run for their money, definitely. And just a lot of great little eateries and stuff. So yeah, make a little day trip for it.
Yeah, we think you should.
And I don't know the date that she's planning on closing the actual doors, but we discussed this this past weekend, and she has announced it on Facebook. So I don't know how long we have.
So go now.
It was just announced, but yeah, I don't know how long it'll be.
Yeah. Cool. And so if you meet up with Misty on Saturday, if you're local, but if
we could totally go on over there.
Totally, that would be awesome. And I was going to say, if you are in Southern California, send me a message on Ravelry or leave a comment on YouTube or under the thing if you'd like to meet up. I actually just, lots of people will be at Craftcation, but I just made plans with a student to meet, the week after Craftcation. I'm still going to be in Southern California, and it's going to be faster, even though she lives in LA, faster for her to come down to where my brother lives than for her to meet us in this place. It's just outside of LA, because LA is big and scary. And so I am open to having coffees with you. I'm going to have a coffee with her at the pier, and I would love to see you guys. So if you're in Southern California, message me. I'd like to see you, and it'll make me less sad about missing knitting at Panera. If I can knit with some of you guys around like Carlsbad, Vista, San Diego. I kind of have access to my brother's car, but I'd rather not drive far because it's, I got to get back in time by the time he gets off work so we can hang out together, have brother-sister time. Super looking forward to it. I think that's it for us. You can find links to everything we talked about at handmadepodcast.com. Join our Ravelry group, and then share your photo in the winter sweater knit-along. It doesn't feel like winter here anymore.
No, I'm so glad for that too. That snow killed me.
It is going on for 2 more weeks until the next episode. We'll announce the last winner, and if you put your picture up, you're entered to win. Thank you so much for watching. Yes. Oh, I should tell you, on this Monday, if you're watching it this week, I just opened the Starship, and I know some of you guys have emailed me about it. If you're interested in joining, go to taraswiger.com. There'll be a big thing that says Starship. And if you're interested, there's also an email sign up so that you can learn more about it and maybe join next quarter, because it's only going to be open for 5 days because I'm going out of town. And a bunch of people already joined this morning, which made me late to record this, which was awesome. But if you want in, I wanted to tell you, hopefully you'll see this in time. So thanks, and thanks for being here and for holding out for us while we had life get in the way.
But we're back.
Yay! Have a great day.